Hey, good morning, everybody. We finally figured it out. Sorry, we're running a little bit late. Thank you for coming today. My name's Christina.
Hi, I'm Archana.
And we're from the Microsoft Stream team. And today we're going to talk to you a little bit about how organizations are successfully adopting video to help power their business. So, it gets a little crowded on stage. So, first, to run through the agenda really quick, for those of you not familiar with Microsoft Stream, who has never seen Microsoft Stream, who has never heard of it? Okay, so there's just a few of you. Yes, okay, awesome. So we're going to just spend a couple minutes at the top just going through a quick demo of what Microsoft Stream is. But then we're really going to dig into some of the scenarios in which we see our customers, like I said, adopting video in their organizations successfully. And then spend some time talking about some of the admin features as well that you as admin in this audience need to know how to manage to empower people in your organization and lines of business to really take control of the management on their side. And then we're, of course, going to spend some time in some demos. So Stream's part of the Office 365 family, and it provides an easy and secure way for organizations to manage all of their video in a single place. So not only that, since it's part of Office 365, there's integrations across Yammer, Teams, SharePoint, and all of the Office apps. And what that means is you can seamlessly bring video right into those apps. Additionally, there's intelligence features and capabilities in Stream that enable you to unlock the power of your video content. And I'm not sure if any of you saw recent announcements we've had at Ignite and a little bit before, but all of the intelligence features that we have in Stream, we're actually democratizing those to all of our Office plans. And so if you have any enterprise SKUs, if you have first line education, you're going to benefit from some of the intelligence features that I'll demo for you. Another announcement that we had, it's been a big few months for Stream, is that Stream's moving to all of our SMB plans. And so for those of you in the audience that have small and medium business plans, Stream will now be part of it today. So let's go ahead and jump into the demo. Which one are you? Okay.
Sorry, way too many devices here.
So what we're looking at here is the Stream portal, and what you can see at the top are some of the trending videos across our organization and also spotlight videos. And as an admin, you have the ability to select certain videos to highlight. And so when somebody comes to their homepage on the portal, they'll see those there. I scroll down a little bit, and there's a concept of a watch list. And this is really if I have videos that I don't have time to watch or haven't finished, I can quickly add them to my list to revisit. And then there's channels. So all of the videos under a same topic that I'm interested in, like Executive Corner or Brainstorming, I can easily follow. So whenever there's a new video added, I'll know. But one of my favorite features in Stream is how easy it is to discover videos. And so we often hear from customers that they're making videos and they're so hard to discover. So Stream really helps you to unlock that content. So I know that at Build, one of our other conferences recently, there was a session about HoloLens. And I was really interested in that session, but I couldn't remember what it was called. So here you can see that I've typed in HoloLens and it surfaced it. But not only does it surface based on title, description, what we're actually doing on the back end is transcoding every word that's been spoken in the video, and that becomes your metadata to search any video anywhere across your library. And as an example here, you can see my timestamp at 8:09. So when I click this, not only is it going to take me to my video, but it's going to take me to that specific point in the video where I can see Rana talking about HoloLens here. And that's not only locked down to searching across libraries, you can also use that same functionality to search across single videos. And so let's see, they talk about security. So here you can see that they're talking about security at 2 minutes and 19 seconds, and again, I can jump to that point. So the real benefit in this is that it's almost like when you're searching in a document using the find bar in a document. So you're able to unlock the content of a video just like you would a document. Another one of the intelligent features that helps people to navigate their videos is a concept of this people timeline. And so what you're looking at here right under the screen, That's Rana and Rachel. They appear in this video, and I'm able to see all of the times that they're actually on screen by these little indicators here. So I can jump around, and if I want to hear what Rana's talking about, I can navigate directly to her. And so that said, let's go ahead and jump back into the presentation here. And I want to start sharing with you some of the powerful scenarios in which we're seeing our customers use video. So there's obviously a wide range of ways that we use video in organizations for meetings and webinars, but communications is actually one of the most common. And video, it's not surprising. I mean, video gives us a way to deliver more intentional messages, to make them more personable and memorable. And that's just one of the reasons that we see a lot of leaders in organizations starting to adopt video, because they're able to deliver more intentional messages that reach their employees and actually help to nurture and build relationships. And we know that when employees are truly understanding their role and how they contribute, and they can see how it's affecting the end results in a business, that they're more engaged, and that actually motivates them to do a better job. And so a recent example of that is with one of our customers, Shell. And you might have heard Satya talk about this a little bit yesterday. Shell is adopting AI and IoT solutions, but they're also using tools to help grow employee engagement. And one of the ways they're doing this is transforming communications between their leaders and their employees. So an example is every line of business within Shell, and there are about 16, it's a pretty big business, every leader has a group of channels in which they are administered to be able to own and manage around their topic in the area of the business. So like upstream, HR, safety at work channels. And they have one for their CEO too. And this has been one of the most popular. He shares his latest messages, and he actually has a talk show called Table Talk. So the Shell CEO at Table Talk is able to deliver, just have a conversation, a very casual conversation in a forum where he can insert his own personal anecdotes. And what that helps to do is really break down those barriers across employees and leaders. And so another common scenario, oh, I forgot I had one more slide here. So in addition to using video, sometimes when you pair some of these tools together, these collaboration tools together, for example, with Yammer, if you guys are familiar with that, you're able to help grow communities that encourage participation and open dialogue, and not just with the leadership, but across the entire organization. So from Shell's leadership all the way to employees who are in the middle of the Atlantic working on a rig, they're using these engagement tools so that everyone can share knowledge globally and communicate virtually and physically to drive engaged and more productive workforces. The next scenario I want to talk about is, it's probably not surprising, that communications and training. Training and onboarding are another common scenario we see our customers adopting video in. And I think it makes sense because when people can understand the processes that are unique to their roles, or the things that make them better at their job, that moves them forward, then they're able to contribute more to the organization and feel like they're more accountable. And so we know, though, that delivery of courses and training with video actually helps with the comprehension of the content. And as opposed to just reading a document, when you're actually viewing it, you're able to retain that knowledge even longer. And so it's no surprise that, again, we see organizations turning to video for this. And one point I also wanted to make, and this is directly from one of our customers that started doing this recently, is capturing institutional knowledge. And so in a lot of our areas of business, especially retail around the holiday season, we have tons of new people that we're onboarding, and we need to get them up to speed fast. And showing them how to use the tools is one thing, but being able to share with them experience that's been built up over years of doing this quickly is critical to help them have a deeper understanding of how they're going to be successful in their role. And the customer example I wanted to share here is Baycare. So Baycare has a lot of people that aren't always in front of a computer. They don't sit at a desk. They're actually a healthcare organization, and they run a system of hospitals and patient care facilities. So out of the 25,000 employees, they're spending their time out there providing care to patients, and like I said, not sitting behind a desk. So BayCare relies on training to make sure that every employee is putting their patients' health and safety first. They have dedicated video channels for all their training, including one, for example, with their nursing leadership team. And they launch programs around patient safety, they share best practices, and they're able to take and harness this collective knowledge from all of the nurses that are spread out in home hospices, in hospitals, facilities, labs, create these informal videos and share them out so everybody can continue learning. And so I want to transition over to Archana so she can show you something. But first, one of our announcements that we have here today, it stems from the asks of our customers to give them more tools to be able to provide more insights, more personal connections, and an easier way to start communicating within their organization and outside of it. And so we're very excited to announce that we have general availability of live events across Microsoft 365 beginning to roll out throughout this year. And what that means is with live events, now anybody with the tools that you have, including Teams, Stream, and Yammer, can host events from informal webcasts, just sharing your screen and a webcam, all the way up to studio events where you have multiple cameras, multiple video feeds, and multiple sources. And so I'm going to go ahead and hand it over to Archana, and she's going to go ahead and show you what that looks like.
All right.
Thanks.
All right. So let's jump right into a demo. So let's say Christina and I are a part of Contoso organization, and our CEO in Contoso has monthly town hall meetings, and because a lot of employees work remotely, we very frequently have these broadcasts to our live audience. So let's see what the producer and the audience view looks like and what the experience looks like inside of Stream. So here I am in the Stream portal. This is the same Stream portal that Christina showed you earlier. You can very easily get to this producer experience by just going to Create and clicking on Live Events. And once you're in this view, you can provide a name and description for your event. You can also specify a date and time for the event. Here is where you would also manage your permissions. So whether you want your entire company to view this event, or do you want to restrict it to a certain number of people, groups, or channels. Down below here is the encoder setup. An encoder takes sources from various audio and video sources such as cameras, microphones, desktop sharing, combines them and compresses them into a single feed and sends it to Stream's ingest endpoint. In the drop-down here, you already see that Stream has an integration with a set of encoders. This is primarily for quick setup and easy-to-use kind of scenarios. However, you can use any encoder that actually works with Stream's ingest endpoint. So switching over to this tab here, I already have a live event that's currently in progress. And what you're seeing here in the producer view is the output of the encoder. And the encoder that I'm using here today for the demo is OBS. OBS is an open source encoder. It's a very popular encoder. It's free, and I'm actually running this encoder right here on this machine. So it's very easy to get set up and get going with this encoder. And as you can see, what I have here is a couple of different views. So I'm taking a source from a PowerPoint presentation. I have a label. I also have a camera that's currently pointed towards me, which is the speaker. But if you imagine a big town hall event, there are potentially multiple cameras in the room. A lot of them pointed towards the audience, some pointed towards the speakers to capture different angles. So as a producer, you can, in the encoder, very easily switch between different scenes. And now you can imagine that this other video that's currently playing could potentially be coming from one of those other cameras. And as a producer, I have full control over what view do I want my live audience to see. Going back here into the Stream producer view, like you saw, there's a little bit of a delay that you see from what is coming from the encoder to what you see in the preview. But here is what you're seeing is the output of the encoder. In addition to that, as a producer, you can also get analytics on the event, such as the number of concurrent viewers, total number of viewers for your live sessions, etc. What about the audience experience? So Stream has an integration with Microsoft Teams as well as Yammer. So whether your audience is in Stream, Teams, or Yammer, they're able to view the live event at the same time and also interact with each other. So I'm going to switch over here to the audience view. So here is what the audience view looks like inside of Stream. And this is actually Yammer. And as you can see, it's the exact same live feed that's coming inside of Yammer. And this is inside of Teams, and I'm able to see that inside of Teams as well. And the one really cool thing about this is that we have Yammer conversations integrated across these 3 products, which means that the audience is able to interact with each other no matter what platform they're using to view this live event. And this is also a great way to increase the engagement of your live event. All right, so that is a quick overview of live events and how you can quickly get started as a producer and what the audience experience looks like. Switching gears a little bit, we know that as organizations are evolving, more and more people work on the go. So you want to be able to work while you're on trains, while you're on buses, or maybe you just want the flexibility to take your content wherever you are and watch it at your own convenience. So for that, today we're announcing Stream's mobile app. So with Stream mobile app, you can view your live events. You can download your content for it to be available offline. And one of Christina's favorite features that she showed off, which is deep search, that is also available in our mobile app. So let's quickly look at what the mobile app looks like. So there you go. So here I am inside my mobile app, and I can easily watch the town hall right here on my mobile device. So I can take this live event wherever I go. I don't have to be restricted just to my desk. And let's say if I missed a part of the town hall for some reason that I wasn't able to view it, I want to now be able to, say, download it offline so that I can catch up on it when I'm going back home, for example. So I can easily click the download button here, which starts downloading my content. And here I have all my offline videos that I can view whenever I want. Again, click on any of the offline event, and it's available for me to view either offline or maybe if I just don't want to use my data connection anymore. Another cool feature, like I just told you, let's search for probably the term camera. And like Christina showed you in the portal, the exact same experience where we do a deep search on all the transcripts available is also available inside of mobile too. I can click on a particular transcript and the video goes to that exact point where that transcript word was mentioned. And finally, if any of you are IT admins, you can rest in peace. Well, you can feel, sorry, that's not what I meant to say. You can rest easy.
Can we cut the mic?
No, I do like IT admins. You can rest easy knowing that all your content is protected because Stream mobile app has an integration with Intune. With Intune integration, IT admins can remotely manage the device for applying policies such as remote wipe of the device or enforcing a 6-digit PIN, etc. All right, back to you, Christina.
Great, thank you. And I am not going to threaten anyone's life.
Thanks.
So, as Archana mentioned, the mobile app is now available on Android. So if you have an Android phone, download it today. And it is coming to iOS in just another couple weeks. So please keep an eye out for it. So that was kind of that was a good intro to our next topic. So a lot of times what I hear from customers when I'm speaking with them is about video adoption specifically, is that they say, well, we create tons of videos, but nobody ever watches them. And so then their feelings are hurt, and I have to explain to them, well, video portals are important for ways to organize and manage your videos, but not everybody goes there first when they're looking for answers. So what you need to do is you need to make sure that your video is where your audience is spending their time working, whether they're collaborating on projects, looking for company announcements, or sharing their own stories. For example, I spend a lot of time in apps like Teams and Yammer and SharePoint. And I've come to rely on the fact that video is treated like any other medium in those apps. So in Teams, when I'm working with my product team, all of our meeting recordings and demos are right there in the context of those conversations. So in order to reduce the friction to find content and alleviate the need to go from app to app looking for it, content should live wherever your audience is spending their time. And Archana is going to go ahead and show you what that looks like.
All right. Okay. So like Christina mentioned, as organizations are evolving, people want their content to be available wherever they are. So kind of on the same lines, so Christina and I had a meeting a couple days ago where we discussed a status of a certain project. And I know that there was some action item that came out of that meeting that I took away to follow up on something, but I can't quite remember what that action item was. However, I know that because the meeting that Christina and I had was inside of Teams, and any meeting that's recorded inside of Teams gets automatically uploaded to Stream. And because Stream supports speech-to-text transcription, I know that the discussion that we had in the meeting has been transcribed right now and available for me to view. So here I am inside of the Teams channel where we actually had the meeting, and I can see the meeting recording right here. So I can go ahead and click on that to view the meeting again. However, instead of going through the entire meeting, because it's, I don't want to waste so much time, what I can do is actually use the in-video search, which does search on the transcript itself to look for, say, the word action item. And what I see here is, now I did get a result back, and it says, looks like I was supposed to get her more detailed demographics by end of the week. So now I know what my action item was, and I can go and work on that. All right. Cool. Sorry? Yeah. All right, so, and then the next thing is, as we take these integrations forward, we also have, Stream has great integrations across SharePoint and Teams as well. SharePoint being a communication hub, a lot of customers use SharePoint as their corporate communication central hub, where a lot of employees go to find their content across their company. Stream has a great integration. So this is a SharePoint team site. And inside here, you can use a SharePoint web part in order to embed either a single Stream video or an entire Stream channel itself. And this is the monthly town hall channel, and I've embedded it here. So anytime new videos get updated to the same channel, it'll automatically appear here, so I don't have to go anywhere else to find my videos. And then when it comes to Teams, I have a similar thing. So you can add a tab here for Stream. And the Stream tab is right here. And this tab allows you to embed, again, a single Stream video or an entire Stream channel so that all my videos are available to me in one place. Back to you, Christina.
All right, great, thank you. So we're going to move from the integrations piece and talk a little bit about admin. So we know as admin for Office 365, or if you're responsible in your organization for making sure that your data is protected and secure, you have to have a couple things a couple needs that are met. And additionally, outside of even data protection and permissions and management, if you are going to start using a lot of video in your organization, a common fear might be what's going to happen to my network. Are people going to all be able to watch these live streams at the same time? Are they going to stall? And so what we're going to do is dig into that a little bit in a demo.
Can you get out of the presentation mode?
We may be able to dig into a demo. If not, looks like I'm going to be jumping into.
No, go back in there.
I'll use yours.
Now it should be able to do it.
Okay, great. So here you can see I'm in my admin settings. And within Stream, if you're an office administrator, you just get through these by clicking the setting here. As I'm scrolling down, I can give permissions to admins, so if there are other people in my organization that I want to be able to have these capabilities and this power associated with this, they can. Spotlight videos are something I touched on in the beginning, and as an admin or a group owner, you actually have the ability to select which videos you want to be spotlighted. And then, of course, live events. As an administrator, it's important for you to know what live events are going on, which ones are planned, so you can help to make sure you are optimizing for your network. Something else that I like to share with people, and this isn't new, but a lot of people don't know about this. So in your organization, you want to give people the freedom to upload content, and you want to trust that they're going to make the right decisions all the time with what they're uploading. But you also want to make sure that you're covered. So we have the ability to upload company policies here, and so every company has different policies, and you can upload them here, and every time somebody signs on to Stream for the first time, they actually have to read through those and check off and sign that they've done that. And so I'm going to go down here a little bit more. And I was just talking a little bit about control and hoping that people do the right thing. Some organizations, believe it or not, do not want to allow just anybody in their organization to upload a video, or they may want to turn off and disable comments, or they may want to disable the ability to create channels. And maybe it's less of a trust thing, and it's more just it helps to keep a structure so things are organized. And if you do want to do that, you have the ability as of an admin to turn on and off comments, restrict who can upload, restrict company-wide channels creation, and permission it to people who you want to do that. And before we go out of admin settings, so I mentioned network bandwidth. This is something that comes up a lot, especially since we've enabled live streaming. And so people are often worried about somebody joining an event or playing a video, and if too many people are watching it, then they see the spinners on their phone, and it's a very poor experience. So what we've done at Microsoft is we've integrated with a handful of our ECDN partners, Hive, Collective, and Ramp. Those may be familiar names to you guys. And they're able, through this integration, they're able to very easily help you optimize your bandwidth on your network, so you don't have to have this fear that when your CEO is doing his monthly Q&A to 15,000 of your employees, that it's going to come crashing down on your network. There's also some added benefits too. So some of our partners have deep analytics associated with the health of the stream as well as viewership stats. And so you can easily integrate all of those things so you have access to them right here from your admin settings. So I'm going to go ahead and, so do you want to?
Yeah, we can talk about it.
Okay. And so I'm going to go ahead and hand it over to Archana, and she's going to talk to you a little bit about how we advise customers to set up their portals based on a construct that I think is quite helpful.
Yeah. So Stream has the concept of groups and channels to both manage permissions and organize content. So the groups in Stream are nothing but Office 365 groups. These are the same groups that have a SharePoint site associated with it. You can have a Teams team or a Stream group. So inside of Stream, here is what a Stream group looks like. A group inside of Stream gets its own mini portal. So here on the top, you can see trending videos. You can also spotlight videos, similar to how you did on the main page. You can also see trending videos, popular channels, all within the group. And inside of a group, if I switch over here to the membership tab, you can see the owners and members, and this is where you can manage permissions within a group. Customers typically use groups for either their specific line of business or a specific org within their company, such as a finance could have a group, or like marketing department could have a group for itself. And then typically channels are used to organize content within a group. So for example, in this particular group here, I have 2 channels, and channels could be either topic-based or event-based. For example, in the previous demo that I showed, the monthly town hall meetings was actually a channel. And all the channels basically inherit the permissions that you have applied on the group itself. Christina?
Great, thanks. So with that, we want to save enough time for Q&A, but we would be remiss if we didn't talk to you about what's coming up on the roadmap in the short term and long term. And this is the slide you guys take a picture of and share out on Twitter. So in case there was any questions. These are some of the announcements that we talked about today. So intelligence features coming to more of our Office plans, and also expanding Stream into SMB. The mobile app, which our customers have been asking for, and also the live events capability. That is available now, so you can use this in preview, and general availability is going to be rolling out later this year. So what's coming next? I'm not going to go through all of these, but I want to hit a couple. Some of our most common asks are also what feed our roadmap. And so at the bottom here, you'll see this link to AKA Stream Ideas. If you want to vote on any of these, or you have any other ideas that you don't see on here, go there and add them, because we look at it every day. So a couple of the top ones: external video sharing. So the ability to not only upload a video and stream to share it with your organization, but to market so you can also share it publicly and with people outside of your organization. Polls and quizzes, another thing we're going to be adding to video, which will be great for some of the scenarios we talked about, like training. And my slide just keeps changing. And then the last thing I want to mention here on the left-hand side, for anybody that's been using Office 365 Video, you have been waiting patiently as we find a path to migration, and we have some more clarity on that. So we're very excited that we'll be rolling out new tools to our admins so they can actually migrate all of their content very soon. Yes, I know. It took us a while, and we love you for bearing with us. So and more on that soon. Please stay close to us in our tech community space and on our blogs, and we'll communicate that out. And then a couple things that are coming a little bit later. Microsoft 365 Search integration. If you guys have not heard about Microsoft 365 Search yet, then you did not attend any of yesterday's sessions. And, and also public REST APIs. We are going to start working on those very soon, and so that will be top of the list for next things that are coming. And before we open it up to Q&A, I'm going to go ahead and put this here. This is another great photo opportunity. If you want to learn a little bit more about some of the employee engagement that I talked about, so some of the stuff that Shell's doing with Yammer and Stream and SharePoint to really make more impactful messaging and grow employee engagement, the first session up there is directly after this. I would attend that because that'll be a great deep dive for you. And there's also some other on here, including one that deep dives into just live events. So if you attend that, you will walk away knowing how to go back to your office, set up, start, and run a live event. And with that, let's go ahead and open it up to questions.